ever dated outside of your race?
Yes.
Let's talk about your current partner. What race are they?
He's a white cis man.
And what about your partner before that?
He was a white cis man.
And then what about before that?
Before that, oh no, he was a white cis man, but ask me the one before that.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
Yeah.
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 Yes.
I'm gonna go on and I'm gonna do some predictions as fast as I can.
I have.
Oh yeah.
I've dated, I'd say, every race.
Currently dating someone outside my race right now.
She's dating a white guy.
My girlfriend right now is mixed.
That means she light-skinned black.
I've dated a lot of white guys, but I've also dated Mexican guys as well.
That doesn't surprise me. When white girls date outside their race, they either date Hispanic, like white girls that look like her, they either date Hispanic, white guys, or if they do date a black guy, it's like he was on the basketball team or something.
I currently have a partner right now, and they're a white partner.
I've only dated 2 people, and my husband, my current partner, he's mixed.
And you're white?
I am very white, yes.
Very, very white, okay.
She with a black dude that doesn't mind being with a heftier white woman.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
I'm black and Asian. I've never dated anybody that's black or Asian.
Wow! Are you serious? That's crazy.
I'm black and Asian. I've never dated anybody that's black or Asian.
Japanese American.
Puerto Ricans.
Chinese. My husband is black.
Her husband is one of 2 black, like super light skinned, or if he is dark skinned, he doesn't say the N-word.
My partner, actually, of over 10 years is black.
Have you ever dated outside your race?
I'm currently dating outside of my race. I'm learning a lot.
What are you learning?
White people just really love the outdoors. It doesn't matter if the weather's bad, it doesn't matter if there's bugs and mosquitoes everywhere, they are outside.
Why have you dated outside your race?
Get to know the other culture as well.
Where I grew up, white people were one of the minorities, so it was usual for everyone to date outside their race.
I grew up in Los Angeles, so there's a lot more than just white guys.
Sometimes I equate the feeling of whiteness to a lack of passion.
I would prefer that they're not white because it makes it more interesting, I think.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
No.
No.
No, I called that shit. Ow.
No.
Nope, I don't think so.
Well, I've only dated one person, and he is like also the same mixed race makeup as me, so no.
What's your ethnicity?
My mom's white and my dad is Mexican, white, Chinese, and Native American.
I'm biracial, so if I were to date another black person, I don't consider that outside of my race, but I also don't consider dating a white person outside of my race.
The light-skinned people got me mixed up. Like, they lose me with this shit. You do realize, like, having 1/16 drop of black blood makes you black. Period. So if you date a white person, you're dating outside your race. Them's the rules. I didn't make the rules. I just record them sometimes.
It hasn't risen as an
That's a lie.
Opportunity.
That's a goddamn lie. I hate when people say shit like that because I know motherfucking men. Especially if she's been around black men, like she's attractive. She's an attractive white girl. Black men will hit on that. She is actively saying no for whatever racist or whatever her personal reasons are. I hate when women say things like it's never come up. There are plenty of men of outside races, especially because black men, we like them in all shapes, sizes, and colors. You got hit. She's been hit on by like black men or people outside her race. She just refuses to date them, and I don't like it when women lie like that.
Opportunity has not been there.
Never had the opportunity to?
I've had people that I've been interested in, but we just never ended up dating.
Have you ever dated outside your race?
She was fucking up.
Why not?
I think in my younger years it was fear. I'm not sure what that fear is defined as.
Racism. It's defined as racism.
Never came after a point where I didn't feel that way.
The time that I was dating a lot, I went to a school that was like very Caucasian.
So I just tend to be in spaces where there are a lot of white people. Where I grew up, it was pretty white. I grew up
You tend to be in spaces where there are a lot of white people, or maybe you stay in spaces where there are a lot of white people. You're a grown adult. Go to spaces where there are no white people. You'll find that, oh, miraculously, there are less white people here. More chances to date outside your race.
Little tiny town, small town.
Small town in Kansas.
I grew up in Montana. There wasn't really a lot of people that were not my race.
Just the only people that I gravitated towards are they both just happen to be white?
Statistically, I'm probably going to end up with the white person. That's the way of the world. I mean, it's just like generally people like to stick within their cultural groups because they want to feel accepted to the highest extent that they can.
You know what? I fucks with her. She's the first one out of everybody that done said some shit that was just 100% true. Because that's oftentimes true in dating. You go with what you're used to, what you look like. It has nothing to do with being, I mean, a lot of times it does. Like if all you have is like one set of people around you, of course that's what you're gonna date. But when you are no longer around those people, especially with the advent of YouTube and how everybody loves artists of a different race. Every white person I see is loving Drake or Bad Baby, or I'm sorry, not Bad Baby, Bad Bunny, or somebody outside their race. They love somebody outside their race in sports or music, and they find these people, or TV, they find these, I can't tell you how many times I've heard a white woman who I know she's only ever been around white people say she loves Idris Elba. So you find these other races attractive, but somehow you only ever date people that look like you. I'm not buying it. But she made a very poignant, like, true statement where she said people like to stick with what they know, what they look like, because honestly, yes, it's less complicated. I, as a black person, and let me clarify this by saying my mom is white, blonde hair, blue eyes, pretty sure she was chilling with Hitler back in the day. That's a joke. Don't cancel me. But on the other side of that, my dad and me are also Latino. I'm Afro-Brazilian. Of course, you'll never know that shit because most people, when they think of Brazilian people, they think of, oh, they look sun-bleached skin and wavy hair and more white-esque looking. But to say all that to say that I grew up multicultural, multi-ethnic, and so I grew up around a lot of different people, and yet still, I got treated as an other. The people that I've dated most growing up have been black because I don't have to explain myself to them. I don't have to dumb myself down. I notice when I date, especially like white people, I have to dumb down my ethnic spice, as you would say. I have to dumb down, like, I'm loud. I'm African. If you've ever heard two Africans speaking together, it sounds like they're having an argument. But just having a regular conversation, that's just African people. A lot of times when I date, let's just say white people, or I've tried to date Asian people, like, they can't handle that level of energy because that's just not part of their culture. That's not what their spirit, quote unquote, or they're used to. So it really doesn't work out because there's such fundamental differences culturally speaking. Whereas when I've dated somebody who is Hispanic, on the few times that I have, because there is that racism in the Hispanic community as well towards people of a darker skin tone. When I've dated people who are black, I don't have to explain that to them. It just is what it is.
Just because it's easier to relate to each other.
Oh, didn't I just say that shit?
Yeah. I'm Latina, so I feel like other people wouldn't really get our issues as much. The type of upbringings we have are different. Finances in our family were different.
I have been predominantly dating black men. There's a level that we just understand each other at, and I don't have to really explain anything about my culture.
What is your race?
I'm South Asian, more specifically Indian.
You usually date Indian men.
I would say that's my type, and I did.
How do you tend to date white guys?
Kind of just a preference I've had, and for me, kind of growing up and seeing the Latino machismo culture, that kind of just turned me off.
She likes white guys because they're not machismo, but white people literally invented woman beating, racism,